Chapter 2, Part 4, The Landing in North Hudson Park. So Frank Gonzalez made a drawing of the UFO, and the bottom of the UFO was ringed with rectangular windows, but Frank could not see the top of it. And he said that the UFO was dark, and that when he first saw the UFO, he called another security guard, but he could not see it because he was in the garage. And Budd Hopkins and the investigators gave Frank a rough map of the area, and Frank Gonzalez put the UFO exactly in the location where Pulaski and Obarsky had seen the UFO too. And Frank also said that the UFO was generating a spotlight in the place where it was gonna land. So Budd Hopkins wrote an account of this UFO landing, and it was published on the Village Voice, which I think it was some type of newspaper. And one of the reasons that he published this was in the hopes that other witnesses will come forward. And he left out some details about the event, kind of like the weather, to see, and other details to see if other people will corroborate with the known information. They wanted to test the veracity of any person with their own sighting. So Jerry Storer gave a talk to a PTA group about the subject of UFOs, and a 12-year-old kid, Robert Walmsley, and his mom, Alice, approached Jerry and told him about their sighting. It was at 9:30 on a Saturday night, and Robert saw outside his window a domed craft that was brilliantly lit just outside the house. And the Walmsleys, the family, they live very close to Stonehenge Apartments. Robert alerted his mother and the rest of the family, and they ran outside to take a better look at this UFO. And this UFO was also encircled by rectangular windows which gave out a yellowish light. This UFO was very slow moving, and it was about 40 or 50 feet off the ground. And the way it moved made Mrs. Walmsley think that the UFO was trying to look into people's windows. 4 members of the Walmsley family ran in the street trying to follow this UFO for about 2 minutes, but the object sped up and was lost from view. When Alice first saw the UFO, she wanted to run outside the street as quickly as possible, to the point that she was in her robe and she was barefoot, and she was outside barefoot running after the UFO. And she remembered that it wasn't that cold, and The Wamsleys saw the body of the UFO and they said that it was dark, gray, or maybe black. So it's just kind of like a small recap of all the sightings. So the North Hudson Park UFO was scouting a landing spot on Monday, January 6, 1975 at 3 a.m. and was seen by Frank Gonzalez. And that happened on a Monday. Then on Saturday night, it returned and it passed over an area by the Wamsley family. And 5 hours later, it was back and it landed back and it landed in front of George Obarski with a crew taking soil samples, and where it fired a warning shot at Bill Pulaski, breaking the window. And all these events took place over 6 days. And Budd Hopkins came to the conclusion that these quote-unquote extraterrestrials needed to take earth samples, kind of like the same way astronauts took rock samples of the moon, and that the propulsion system of their craft is more technologically advanced than ours. And because the beings had 2 arms and 2 legs, it was a race of people that were similar to us. And because they were small and neutral towards George Obarski, even though they were 60 feet away, indicates that they were non-hostile. And the fact that they took a warning shot and broke the window at Stonehenge apartment indicates that if threatened, they could be hostile.